Hi there, Becky here from 168 Fitness. So last week I was talking about setting goals ready for September and the end of the year, goals that you might want to achieve before Christmas. Maybe you're just wanting to get back into routine, start back into doing exercise again now that the kids are back to school, or maybe you want to lose the weight that you've put on over summer if you have. Whatever the goals are, I want you to get focused over the past week and really be thinking about what you want to achieve over the next few months, because you've got time to make 2019 super successful, end the year on a high, but you just need to know exactly what you want to achieve if you don't already. So make sure that you're focused, you've got your goals, and when you know what goals you want to achieve, that's where I can come in to help you. So I'm going to, over the next few weeks, I'm going to take some of the goals that I think you might have set. Lots of clients do come to me with these sort of goals, so I'm going to break them down each week and help you get started with them really. Now everyone will be different, and this is where personal training is really good, that I can always tailor my advice and your action plan to you as a specific client. But yeah, what I'm going to give you, the advice I'm going to give you will work for you, it will work for other people. It is quite general, quite basic, but it will work if you do it and you do it for long enough and you're consistent. So that's a key thing to remember. So once you've got your goals, whether it's weight loss, fitness, toning, feeling better about yourself, whatever it is, just make sure you're as focused on that as you can, in as much detail as possible. Make sure that you know exactly how much weight you want to lose, or how far you want to run, or what time you want to be able to run that distance in. Think about what dress size you want to be, what clothes you want to be able to fit into, how will you measure it, when do you want to achieve the goal by. Get really focused on it, because the more detailed and specific you are with that goal, the more excited and motivated you'll be, because you'll be really into it and really focused, and believe that it actually is possible, and you'll be more likely to want to get started and then stick with it. So get really focused on that goal, or those goals if you've got more than one. And then, like I said, I'm going to give you that action plan. So this week I'm going to start off by talking about losing weight, because that is what a lot of people come to me wanting to lose weight, especially at this time of year when you've probably been on a few holidays, maybe put on a few extra pounds just because you've not been in the routine and you've just been kind of enjoying life a bit, and that's absolutely fine. Most people are in that sort of position right now. And as long as you get back into exercise and eating healthily again, then there's no reason why you won't lose weight before the party season in December. So if that's your goal, then I'm going to give you some information. If you've got other goals, then do come back next week. I'm going to be talking about running and toning and various other things as well that we'll get to. So this week, so losing weight, what would I say to do? Now, if it was for me, if it's for clients, the basic information that you need to know to lose weight is that your energy in has to be less than the energy that you're expending. So basically, what I'm eating has to be, the energy that the food I consume has to be lower than what I'm expending through moving and activity and just basically living, so the calories that I expend. Or you can switch that round, I need to burn more than I'm consuming. Okay, now that's certainly what I do. I know that I like to eat quite a lot, and I enjoy food, so I know that I need to do a lot of exercise in order to maintain my weight, or if I want to lose weight I need to burn even more calories through exercise. So when I'm trying to lose weight, I tend to do more exercise so that I'm burning more, rather than having to cut back too much on my food. But don't get me wrong, I will still always be more conscious of my food. That is one of the things you've got to be more aware of, how much you're consuming and what foods you're consuming, how many calories those foods do contain, etc. So one of the ways that you can track both your energy input and output is an app that I often talk about, is MyFitnessPal. Now it's a free app that you can download on your phone. I think you can maybe even get it online and on iPads and things. So it's a really good resource, free as I said, but it's basically a food diary and exercise log. So you add in what exercise and activities you've done, whether that's walking, maybe walking the dog, you can be running, you can go to the gym, anything, cycling, whatever it is that you're doing, you add your activity. It even syncs up with things like your Apple Watch or your Fitbit or Garmin's and things like that, so it will be able to do it automatically for you. But you add in your exercise, but you also add in your food. So there's a huge database of foods on there, brand name foods from supermarkets and things like that. So you can scan barcodes, you can enter it in manually. You can even add your own recipes and things like that. It's quite complex. It can be quite complex, but it's a really good tool for just tracking how much you're eating, the calories you're consuming, and how much you're burning off through exercise and activity as well. And this is essential. So, like, we were having this conversation in PT the other day. Some clients were saying about losing weight, this diet, fasting diet, or these diets any good, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, whatever. And they're all okay if they work for you, if they get you results, then they're fine to do, but actually kind of unnecessary. But if they work for you, fine, sign up to them, stick with them, whatever. But the only way they will work, the only way you will lose weight is if, like I said, you are burning off more than you are consuming, or you're consuming less than you're burning off, basically. So it always comes back to that equation. There's no kind of ifs or buts about it. Like, you can label a diet anything you like. You can do it, sign up to any of these fads, or even down to, I try and be gluten free because I once, a few years ago, had a blood test that suggested that I was gluten intolerant. Whether or not I still am, I don't know, but I tend to function better not having had gluten, and I enjoy kind of gluten-free foods just naturally, and I feel less bloated. But what is really good about it is that it kind of restricts what I've got access to. So if we go out for sort of coffee and cake or something, there's going to be not that many options, like gluten free options. So it kind of restricts what I can have. If I'm being kind of strict on myself and sticking to it, it kind of restricts what I can have. So then naturally I'm going to consume less, because if I went out to the cafe and I could have any of those cakes that were there, then I'd probably have the biggest slice possible of chocolate cake or something else, and I'd probably end up having, I don't know, a sandwich and various other things, or biscuits and things like that. And it just made me, all these years ago that I started doing it, just made me more aware of what I was consuming, and then changed my habits, basically. I'm not now eating cakes and biscuits and, I don't know, chocolate bars and all those things that taste nice, but I knew that they weren't probably the best things for me and my body. So what I'm getting at is that whatever it is that you sort of sign up to, what works for you, it will work to help you lose weight if it reduces your calorie intake. So there's nothing wrong with sort of diets or signing up to these sort of fads kind of thing, if that's what it is going to be, if it's just kind of a short-term thing, or even if it's longer term, like I've been gluten-free for quite a few years now. But it will only work if it helps you to reduce your calories, which, that's what you need to do. So whatever it is that works for you, try a few different options if you need to. But if, for example, Slimming World, you've done that before and it's worked, sign up to that again if that's what you want to do. If you like that kind of, it gives you some rules, it gives you something to follow, it gives you a plan. If you like that kind of having a routine, and you need to get into good habits as well if you're trying to lose weight, that's one of the main things, is training your brain to pick certain foods over other foods, or to feel full after having a certain meal rather than feeling craving something else. It's a lot in your head. So whatever has worked for you in the past, there's no reason why it wouldn't work again. But if it hasn't worked for you in the past, or you didn't enjoy it, or you stopped doing it for whatever reason, then perhaps find something else to do. Or, just like I said, use MyFitnessPal and track your energy in and out, and do it that way. Monitor your calories, and yes, you are going to have to count calories a little bit. That's the unfortunate thing. But once you get into good habits, and once you're more aware of the foods that you're consuming and how much energy you're burning off for exercise, you won't have to do it forever. It doesn't need to be a lifelong routine kind of thing. I use it all the time, MyFitnessPal, because I find that it's just really easy, and I'm on my phone quite a lot anyway, so it's really good for tracking, and I quite like seeing that I'm eating the right amount of food for my exercise requirements, and it makes me feel good to know that I'm on track and doing all the right things to keep the weight I want to be and lose it if I need to. So there's no harm in doing it for longer term, and actually you would do better to be using it more often. But yeah, I'm going off topic a little bit. MyFitnessPal, download that, free to use. That would be what I would say for losing weight. And then the other thing, I've touched on it a little bit, move more. I always exercise more if I want to lose weight because I like my food, as I said before. So whether that's adding in some extra walking, burning calories through walking's good, getting some fresh air when we've still got a little bit of sunshine here. Yeah, going out for a walk, going out for a bike ride if you've got some time for that. Running that little bit more, or running even that little bit faster can help burn more calories. Doing an exercise class, just anything extra, just to try and burn some extra calories. It doesn't have to be cardio, it can be weights, it can be conditioning exercises, but things like your swimming or your running or your cycling, or using a cross trainer in the gym, etc., or walking as well, they'll all burn a good lot of calories if you're kind of short of time. 20 minutes of those will burn up to a couple of hundred calories, depending on kind of how hard you're working and how much you weigh, etc. But yeah, it will all help to lose weight over time. So yeah, so that's my key thing. So download MyFitnessPal, get started using that, tracking that, and get into the habit of doing it every day and being honest with it, measuring and weighing quantities of food, adding your exercise, aiming to stick within the calorie goals that it gives you, because it will have already equated your weight loss that you want to lose, and sort of giving you calorie recommendations each day. Do it for look at it as a weekly kind of thing. So think of your calories for the week, because there will be times maybe at a weekend when you're going out that you'll eat more and maybe go over your calories. So maybe in the week, this is what I do, I eat under in the week and like save some calories up for the weekend, so that then if I do go out, then I can enjoy myself a little bit more. So that might be what you want to do. But MyFitnessPal and just moving more, that's my top tips for losing weight. So get started with that if your goal is weight loss this week. If it's not, if it's running, if it's exercise, if it's something else, please do let me know, and I'm happy to advise you accordingly over the next few weeks how to achieve those goals. But make sure you've set your goals as well. I'll see you next week for some more top tips.